Good morning. Good morning, George. How is everyone? Are we having a good day? I woke up late today. By late, I mean at 8 instead of my regular like 7:30-ish. And I feel like I just didn't have enough time. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's get down to it. Oh, that's the neighbor's dog. So today we're going to do this circle here. And the great news is that it's exactly the same as this middle circle here. We're just not going to make the lines go all the way into the middle because we've already done that. So we're just going to make the lines go from there to there, there to there, and we'll go around that way. Again, make sure that you have an odd number of spokes, okay? So I'm just going to count mine to make sure. I did trace it from the pattern, but I really don't like to do all of the work and then realize that I messed up and then I have to undo it all and then redo it all, you know? So I'm just going to give a little count here. $25. So we had 17 in the middle and 25 on the outside. And the reason for this, because yes, we could have just kept our lines going straight out and then we would have like killed two birds with one stone here. But the fact of the matter is, the bigger the circle, the more spokes that you're gonna have to have, or else you're gonna get a one big line like this around each one. So I've added more spokes because you want to keep that nice round shape to your bag. And also we don't really want to get, let me move up a little bit. You really don't want to get any of your threads going over this part that we worked so hard on. So the first time that I did it, I only had 17 and I thought, well, it'll be fine. But actually, as you went around and around and around, you covered up a lot of this space here. That's going to be the color of the bag or the color of your applique or the color of your watercolor or the color of the fabric. If you didn't do either of those, that's fine too. So we want to keep this really tight around just here. So the method is exactly the same as we've done before. Real quick, is the light okay? Because yesterday I put the light on. Let me just turn it back on. That might be a little brighter for you to see. Good morning. All right, so we're just doing the regular woven wagon wheel. I've got 6 strands on here. A wee knot at the end, and I'm just going to do a nice straight stitch for all of these spokes. So you can start wherever you want to start. It's not like very imperative, you know, that you must start here and you must, you know, they're just straight stitches. Oh, Jesse's going to come drink water, of course, so that's nice. Because I've moved my studio around a bit, I'm like right next to her food and water now. Whereas before I was like in the kitchen area a bit more. Are you really that thirsty? Christ almighty. So you can go from the outside, like I am, straight up and in this way, or you can do almost like a down, and then this one goes from up or from the inside to the outside, and then the outside to the inside. It doesn't matter. Whichever way that you do the spokes is completely fine. Because they're just straight stitches, and then we're going to weave around here. Yeah, she's come to sit on the rug. I've got like an old rug that I got from Tiger, which is like just like a cute little store. It sells like cheap stuff. But I got this rug for like next to the bed, and we don't use there anymore, so I've folded it in like 4 pieces, like fours, so it's like nice and cushy, and that's what I stand on to do my lives. And now she's decided to stand here as well, so that's exciting. She's gonna come lay on my feet. The whole idea was to make it more comfortable, you know, for when I'm standing here the whole time. The other thing I was going to say is if you're running low on thread and say you only have one skein of one color, or you're a little bit worried that you're going to run out, you could always use less strands for the spokes, just like we did for the middle. So I used 3 strands for the middle, and I'm using all 6 strands now. That's because I have 2 full skeins and I'm not worried about running out of thread. But if you are worried, then I would definitely cut it to 3 or even 2 skeins or strands, sorry, because it will save you thread. These are just spokes. You're not going to see them at all. We're going to cover them up completely. So even if you wanted to do this in like a different color brown so that you could save the real color brown that you want to use, or blue or red, I know other people are using other colors, that's totally fine. Totally fine. I feel like I need to hurry up a little bit, you know? 6 minutes of me just making straight stitches. I mean, to be fair, we've already done this before, so this is not going to be like, oh, wow. You know, it's literally just the woven wagon wheel stitch for this one again, and we want it to make it look nice and full. Yeah, this isn't the place to be marketing, so don't click that link. And it doesn't matter if these spokes don't line up, remember, because 1, we're going to cover them, and 2, we have more spokes on the outside than we do in here, so they won't line up. So please don't feel like, oh man, these are not straight or they're not right. You're fine. I promise you. Okay, so now I'm at my very last one. If you have enough thread to keep going, like I've got quite a bit here still, it's not going to go far, but I'm not going to waste it. So I'm going to keep going round and round. So this is where we're going to do our weaving. So I like to come up really close to one of the spokes like that. I'm trying to keep it zoomed out so that you guys can see the whole circle that we're doing today, but then also the weaving part. So let me just trim the excess off this and get my other needle because it keeps catching. You will have seen that already. Okay, so I've got my blunt needle, and what I like to do is come up really close to the first one, and I'm going to go under that one. Like this. And then from here on, it's exactly the same as the middle. So here you went under, so here you go over, under, over. And it's that way the entire time until you're finished. Because these are not so big, the spokes aren't so tall, you know? It's not going to take you too many times going around. And you can even do a couple at a time like this if you've got a needle that's long enough. you're not going to want to go into the fabric at all. So one, if you're using sticky solvy like me, you probably aren't, but if you are, then don't pierce that. But also you don't want to go into the threads of the fabric that you have for your applique or for underneath your applique. And then the only other thing that you really have to worry about, well, two things really. One is don't pull it too tight. Yeah. You want it to be quite snug on there, but not like boom, 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 you know, like a straight line. The other thing is don't pierce the threads of your spokes. So you don't want to go in between these spokes like this. There, you can see a bit better. It'll stop shaking. Yeah. You don't want to go in between those spokes. You really want to dig underneath and go underneath each one. Of course, I've just gone through again. So now this is our second time around, and you can see that now it's going every other one there. So if you have an even number, what's going to happen is that you're always going to go over this one and you're always going to go under this one, which means that every other one will have this thing showing. So that's why we have an odd number of spokes when we do the woven wagon wheel. So I feel like I made it clear before, but you never know. And it is something that sometimes I'll draw them on and I'll draw only 6 or only 4 or whatever. And I'll do the first row and I'll be like, what? Why isn't this working? I know I've done this right. And then I'll count them and be like, oh yeah, okay, good. That's the reason. Because I didn't do it right. So one, I'm doing the new Christmas kit ornament launch tonight at 6 o'clock. The reason for that is obviously shipping. 2 minutes left on my coffee break, so just popping in to say hello. Hi, Jamie. Jamie T. I also bought a jump rope today, so I can't wait to show you my skills. I haven't jump roped since like probably grade 3, which is year 4 for you guys. And that's when we had to do jump for your heart. Did you guys have to do that? So it was in PE class, and you had to go and get people to sponsor you. How many minutes could you jump rope? Jump for your heart. And then people would donate like the people I knew would donate like 10 cents or something. But and yeah, and then you would jump rope for like, it'd be like an event. And then, oh, missed one. One of my things. It's meant to come before 10 o'clock tonight because I bought one off of Amazon, so we'll see. David had a gift card, so he said that I could use it for something. And I said, well, I'll use it for a jump rope, and then you can use the rest for something else because the jump rope wasn't very expensive. But we'll see. I might have to get a good one like Jamie has. I think it's like dope ropes or something, or the dope rope. But we'll see like if I'm actually any good or if I can even do it still before I get like a good one. You know? Yeah, that's right. My mom said donations went to the American Heart Association. And so that's why it was like jump for your heart, because it was about like keeping your heart healthy and everything. Which, let me tell you, I've just started cycling again. I like quit for about a month. One, David was home and like work, and then we were doing stuff in the backyard and blah, 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 blah. But I started cycling again. Oh my Lord. I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I was like, oh, I really need to do this more. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. I've obviously run out of thread here. I've turned it sideways so that you can see a little bit better. So what we're going to do, I've just like pinched the end here. And we're going to go over this last one to keep the pattern. And then underneath this spoke, I'm just going to tuck it in like this. underneath. So again, keeping the pattern, and it looks like you've kept the over, under. Yeah. Then I'm going to flip it over and tie a knot really carefully. And because I've got 6 strands, I'm just going to separate it into 3 and 3. We probably did that jump for your heart like way earlier or even later, but I don't remember doing it later. I don't remember, like, look how cute that is, that circle. Well, I'm sure we did it like all through elementary school, which was until grade 6 or year 7. So I'm sure we did it like the whole time. Ooh, Elizabeth says we had skipping competitions with donations for how much skipping in Australia too. That's cool. Ferment doing doubles. Melanie, can you explain? Is that like Dutch rope? Like when you have 2 ropes going at one time? I can never do that. I was never that great at jumping rope, I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit rubbish. But I saw Jamie doing it in her stories, and then I followed the jump rope girl. I'll remember it in a little bit. Okay, back to this real quick. So we've just gone down here. Now we're going to come up on this side and then continue going over under. And that way you don't mess up your pattern so that there's no obvious like, oh, she ran out of thread there. It'll just really... What? Melanie just says the no jumping and the rope goes under you twice before your next jump. What? Oh, I don't think I ever got that far. That sounds really difficult. I'm not gonna lie, this jump rope girl, oh my goodness. I'll have to find out what her name is. It's like evading me at the moment. But she can like spin and like cross her arms and like do all kinds of stuff. Oh my Lord, like just watching her do it is like, I don't think I can ever do that. And remember, we're doing the woven wagon wheel, so you really need to have a much longer piece of thread than you normally will. Yeah, it's a bit fiddly and you might get some knots if you're not careful. But if you don't do it that way, if you don't put an extra long piece of thread, then you will definitely have to start and stop a lot. And it gets a little bit annoying. So it's really worth it to just take your time. I kind of feel like you guys get it, yeah? We did crisscross all the time. I was never talented enough for double dutch. I couldn't do it either. So many girls at my school could do it, and they would go out and do the double dutch all the time. But alas, not me. I don't know, but you know when you see someone else do it and you're like, I feel like I could do that. Jotel says, I bought a skipping rope and gave it away almost immediately as it sent the dog absolutely wild. Yeah, I'm not sure Desi's gonna like it, but she might just have to like stay inside whilst I do it. Because I just feel like I need to do something, you know? And I feel like jumping rope would be something that's easy to do for like 5 minutes. Like set a timer and just like try and do it. And if I do that and cycling, that's pretty good, right? Ooh, someone's just said, Hannah said, I love this color on the linen. Now, don't forget, I do have the sticky solvy on there as well. So the actual color of the linen is this. So in the end, it will look like that. Yeah. So it does like change the color a little bit, because I do have, oops, Jessie, your arm is right there. Can't wait to see what Jessie makes of the jump rope. Wonder if she'll be trying to catch it. I got one with beads on it, but I got it, oh my gosh. JoJo said I tried that. She would throw herself against the window to get it. Oh, she's gonna hurt herself, isn't she? Yeah, I guess you had to give it away. Aw. Poor doggy. Yeah, nothing really gets Jessie like that excited. Like when she's like, you know, but goodness. Melanie says pretty, and then Hannah says that's so pretty. Oh, thank you. I think it'll look nice. I didn't really go with a brown in the end. This is called Ecru, which is really just like a natural looking color. It's like an off-white color. I don't think I have white like right next to me. Oh, I do. So like here's white, and Ecru is like a cream. So it's just like an off-white. So yeah, I'm also going to tell you, if you want to prep for tomorrow, because I might do one of the lines for tomorrow, because there's a little bit of prep work involved, meaning like today we did the spokes, but here you're going to have to stitch around the entire outside of the circle. So you're going to follow this line and then also this line. Okay. So after I'm finished doing a couple more of these, I'll do like maybe 5 more minutes and just see how far I get. And then I'll tell you, if you want to prep for tomorrow, how to do that, because I know some people will want to do more stitching than this one. But also I might have to prep a little bit for tomorrow, because the first time I did it, it did take more time. So I hope you guys can understand. I'll probably just end up doing one circle, and then I'll do the other circle so that I can like show you guys how to do it as well. But it's really easy. It's just a back stitch, and where the zigzags are, you're going to back stitch on the outside of the ring. So maybe I should just wait so no one does it wrong. I'll just show you after this. I'll show you a little bit, and then I'll show you again tomorrow. And then if you want to prep before we do the weaving for tomorrow, then you'll be all set. So yeah, we have the ornament kits coming out today. I'm so excited to show you. I'm going to sneak peek them in my stories like all day long. And then at 12, like in 2 hours, I'll put it in the Barmy Foxes if anybody wants to reserve a copy. So how that will work is that I'll just minus the total, you know, and put them on up a little bit early, but just not tell anybody. So like on Etsy, you say how many are left, you know? So I'll let you guys go in and buy them if you want, and then that will minus the total for when they go live for everybody later. Because on Etsy, you can't have like a password protected thing. Oh, what have I done? You know? So I'll put that together in the group. And that'll be fun. That way, if anybody wants it, they can definitely get it. And I'll show you all the designs today. There's 6 brand new designs. They're not necessarily like Christmassy. They're more like holiday, you know? So this is where I always end up skipping one accidentally, because it gets a bit full and then you can't see where the actual spokes are. So you might have to like pull them back a little bit just to get your needle under there. yeah, so kits are coming out today. I'll still do a lot of patterns for people who, you know, maybe one, can't afford a kit, or they don't think that it will get shipped to them in time. You know, because I think some people are losing some faith in the postal service these days. So if you feel like that's for you, or that is you, then I will do the patterns for them. They'll just be available a lot later. So probably like late October or even November for just a pattern. So just keep that in mind. My mouth is really dry. Sorry, guys. I feel like you can hear me swallowing. That's disgusting. Okay, I'm just going to run out of thread here. And then for anyone who wants to prep, I'll just do just a couple stitches so that you know where to stitch and where not to stitch. I should just wait. I know I should just wait. But it's going to be a lot to film tomorrow. It does feel like it's flying by, Melanie. She said this year is just flying by. I don't know. I feel like in some ways I'm like a little bit grateful because I've got like my visa coming up and we have to apply for that. I know I'm like right off the screen. And a part of me wants it to just be done. Like, I just want to know, you know, I just want to know, like, can I stay? Please, can I stay? Okay, so I'll probably end up going around maybe 2 or 3 more times just to really cover those spokes up, because much like this has a lot of empty space there, meaning like it's not full of thread, you can see through, almost like a window pane. This section here is also going to have a lot of see-through space, just like a window pane. So say so again, just so. But so you really want it to be quite filled up so you don't see any of those spokes sticking out. Now, I know I'm like really hard about these spokes, okay? But listen, you want them to be covered. You don't want to go like this and see these little things hanging out. Now, on the regular flower, we would just do a stem stitch around the outside and it would all be fine, yeah? And just do a little thing, cover them up. But we're not going to do that for this time. We're going to wait and do that a bit later. So, ugh. Do you guys ever just like realize the things that you say a lot and then just, ugh. I drive myself crazy. Okay, so that's basically the end, all right? That's the end of today's. That's all you have to do today. If you want to keep going and prep for tomorrow, then what we're going to do is a back stitch around the inside circle and a back stitch around the outside circle. So actually these zigzags have nothing to do with our stitching. They're just an easy little cheat sheet that's going to show you where to put your stitches because they need to be offset. Meaning they can't, this ring here and this ring here, the stitches can't start and stop in the same point like this. Einfach, is that what it is? Hannah says for me, it's einfach, which means just. Yeah, I think I say that a lot as well. Like, I just feel like this, or I'm just gonna go and do this, or it's just blah, 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 you know? Let's get the sample out so you can see what I mean. So with this one here, you can't really tell so, you know, good. But you're going to do a back stitch from here to here. And then the other one will go from the middle of that to the middle of that. So if you can just focus on this line here and this line here, you can see that it makes a little zigzag line like this. Okay, so if you want to prep for tomorrow, all you need to do, all 6 strands, Okay, you can use 3 strands as well if you would like to save your thread. That is absolutely fine. And all you're gonna do is from this point of the triangle right here, let me move it up a little bit, to this point of the triangle here is 1 stitch. Then you're gonna go up to the next point of the triangle and go back down. So you're just gonna make a line of backstitch following this line right here, and you're gonna go from the tip of the triangle to the tip of the triangle. So go all the way up to the next tip of the triangle. Super simple, right? So if you wanted to prep for tomorrow, this is what you'll do. Just the tip of the triangle to the tip of the triangle. Just like that, all the way around in the circle. Okay? So I'm not going to do all of it, so I can actually show you tomorrow, and then all of the videos will be together. But the inside one, this one here, so you'll imagine I went all the way around and ended here. Yeah, so I've done the whole circle. The next one, you're gonna go from the tip of the triangle to the tip of the triangle. Okay, I hope that that is clear and I don't sound like a crazy person, like just blah, 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 you know? Okay, so I'll stop there. If you would like to prep for tomorrow, this is what you need to do. If you don't want to prep for tomorrow, if that's too much stitching for you, meaning that we've done the woven wagging wheel and the spokes, and you think, you know what, I'm just going to do it tomorrow, I just can't be arsed today, then don't do it. That's okay. There's no shame in, you know, saying that you've had enough. All right, so tomorrow, like I said, I'll show you again how to do it so that it's all together in the same place. And then if anyone is new to the stitch along and they kind of skim through, they can say, oh, okay, I get it. I know what to do now. So again, it's just back stitch, 6 strands. Here we did the straight stitch for the spokes, 6 strands, and then the weaving, also 6 strands. If you would like to save some thread, you can make 3 strands for the spokes and 3 strands for this back stitch here. So I hope that that is useful. That's really it for me from me today. I'm so proud of you guys. I can't even tell you like how well that you've done. I'm just shocked. I mean, I'm not shocked because I know that y'all can do it. So it's not like, you know, I'm like, oh, I don't think they can do it. And they did. It's amazing. I knew you could do it. All right. But I also know that the bag is a little bit intimidating. So some people get it in their heads already like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's like so difficult. So I really didn't want to put that in your head. Do you know what I mean? So I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. I'm back to my secret project, my 1 strand stitching. I'm about 1/3 of the way done. So hopefully I can finish another 1/3 today. Ooh, I hope. I've got some packages to send today. And I've got to do my cycle, my bike ride, you know. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and I cut all my hair off, so I have to deal with that today. So I'll talk with you guys tomorrow, and I hope you have a lovely day, all right? Bye!